what did Grady do?
Worked in the mill.
Did he work in the mill too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drunk on weekend?
Yeah, I can picture him laying out there in the yard on Sunday morning.
Drunk.
Yeah. And we would cut through the woods over here and come back over there to Marie's house. And the day that we got the spanking for going in the pond down here, and then when we came back to the house, we went through the woods and came over here to Marie's house. And then we saw Mother coming down the road in the Kaiser and coming to get us, and we took off back through the woods, so we got another spanking for running off to Marie's house. But we weren't, when I say a spanking, Mother would send us across, and I think this is what all parents did back then. Go down there to that bush and get me a little or that tree and break me off a king hickory switch. And Mother would switch my legs just a couple times, and I'd start crying, and she'd stop. She never hurt me. So we didn't really get a lot of. And see, this is the house that Daddy built.
No.
What is this? Oh, this is
Tell her, Alex.
This is your house. Oh, okay.
And that's the tree. That's the tree that your mother gave me as a Mother's Day present when she was about 6 years old.
Wow.
Where?
Right here. The big tree right here.
Oh.
Right out here at the well house.
That pine tree.
Mm-hmm. Cedar tree. Yeah. What?
You know who used to live in that house where y'all lived in?
Well, no, I don't.
Luther Bowers. Yeah. And it was all grown up. It was a mess. Do you remember anything about Luther Bowers?
Was the fence there?
No, that much.
No.
Oh.
I just remember the house was all grown up. I mean, around and.
I don't remember
The pecan trees. The magnolia tree.
We rode the bus up until we graduated.
Yeah.
Or I did.
Yeah.
We didn't have neither one of us had a car.
I drove the. See, this tree's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, and the old cedar tree out there. I'm trying to figure out what that one is.
We worked at
Or what
Eford's
that is.
department store when we were in high
Oh,
school.
that's my clothesline with a quilt hanging on it.
As well as milking and doing housework and farm work. We worked in the department store.
Well, I worked in the 5 and 10, McClellan's.
Did you?
Yeah, that's where I worked my senior year. I just went to school part of the day, and I drove Daddy's car, the truck, the farm truck, to school every day. And I was practically the only one that drove to school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember who you worked for, friend.
Real boyfriend?
Yeah, I mean,
Other than Gary Louder?
Johnny Russell.
Yeah, Johnny Russell.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I remember Gary Louder, but that's.
Gary, I never went on a date with Gary.
No.
Yeah, see, this is just a stump out there on the road now.
Mm-hmm.
But when we first built the house, there were 2 large oak trees like this one down here. And one cold winter, the power was off, and at that time we heated with the fireplace, and we just had a door here to this room. It wasn't opened up like it is now, and we tacked a sheet over the door to keep that door closed. No electricity, and the ice formed on the trees and killed the 2 trees that were there. But you can tell that's the bush that's out there right now that comes up and covers part of the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Are we getting off subject?
Oh, no.
I don't know what the subject is.
Well, I mean,
Just our past.
yeah, because,
Southern women's history.
History of history of Southern women. Basically everything you're saying.
We didn't wear pants to school. We wore dresses and skirts, always.
Even when I went to college at Appalachian, girls could not wear pants. So, and it was cold up there. But the sidewalks were built up to the, and then the road was down here. I mean, there were like rock walls around. But I remember on those days when it would be so cold and I'd have an 8 o'clock class, I'd just wear my flannel nightgown and my London Fog raincoat and go to class like that. I remember Mother taking me to, well, actually, I think I drove to Charlotte when Ivy's was uptown, and we didn't lock the car, and I left my London Fog raincoat in there, and when we came back, it was gone. But we were so used
And
to...
mine was stolen. I've always thought by Barbara Smith, Barbara Carroll,
Yeah.
when I was at work at CNA.
The other Barbara.
Barbara Carroll. Well, it was Barbara Carroll and Barbara Thompson. Seemed like there was another.
I don't remember another.
But anyway, I was known as Bobby in school. That was my own idea. Where yours is Alexis.
Well, now it's Al.
Oh, yeah.
And I never called you Bobby, and I never called Barbara Fine Bobby. I'm the only one that, and her name is Barbara Ann too,
Well, Daddy was always Barbara Ann.
and Peggy Lois. Yeah, he called us by. I was trying to think what else. Never thought about going to college until Miss Rogers, Ricky's mother, called me down to, she was our guidance counselor and French teacher. And that's the reason I dated Ricky, because she wanted him, she liked me, I guess, but she wanted him to ask me out. So he was a junior and I was a senior.
Big mistake.
Well, you know, I look back and Steve, they're always teasing me. He called Mandy this morning. He didn't know they were going out of town. And Mandy said, well, Daddy's already cussed me out this morning. I don't know how she puts up with him. But anyway, Mimi called me down to the guidance office and she said, Peggy, what are you going to do when you graduate? And I said, well, I thought about either joining the Army or driving a truck.
Driving a truck.
I know. I was so clueless.
Oh, there's,
And she said,
there's
you need to go to
Mom.
college. And I
there's the
said,
girls' trampoline.
when she said, you need to go to college, I said, okay. And so she helped. Mother and Daddy didn't know anything about that. And they didn't encourage us because they just didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
They both had it, Mother more so than Daddy. Daddy had it a little better, I think, financially than Mother. But Mother left home when she was, well, I know you're,
17.
Barbara left home. Mother was 18. She was 18 when she got married.
Yeah, so she left home before she was 18.
And
because she went to Maryland. I never have understood that quite. How that
she went up
worked.
there to stay with Carrie. When Carrie had, it wouldn't have been Darlene. There
It
was
would have to have been
John.
Robert.
There was, okay,
Betty Lee, John, Robert.
yeah, Ronnie, but he's a lot younger.
Yeah, he's younger than Clyde, isn't
Yeah, I think
he? So
so.
it had to have been Robert.
I know we're just jumping around here.
Oh, that's fine.
Can you think of any questions you want to ask us?
Um,
We both love to read, and I think we got that from Daddy. I can remember him. And when you go to Mother's tomorrow, look at that. It isn't a poem, but the night Daddy died, I came home and wrote my feelings. And it's, I don't know, that's not at Mother's house. but it just talks about how Alzheimer's stole his mind, and we'd never heard the term before when he first things started happening, and we didn't know what was wrong. That he made.
Here was something that I saw that I wanted to give to you.
I got big, so I know somebody got all the time now. Me.
Well, and that's good that you're aware of that when you get to the point where you don't know.
I know I got it, I know that.
And I know, golly, so many people do. I keep praying that they'll find a cure.
Joe, I was tired of watching. Jesus, real bad.
Really?
One day, I was maybe yesterday, might be yesterday. And I didn't today, I don't know what the day yesterday. I guess I was coming out of Walmart, and she was
You
going
needed
in
more
there,
paper.
going in there at that,
Generally, yes. Thank you.
I spoke to her, but she didn't know me.
Can
Well,
you
you know,
use
there's
this for your
cousin, now
notes?
Gay seems to be doing good.
Who?
Thank you.
Gay Trexler, cousin Gay.
Yeah, but she got something.
Yeah, she has Alzheimer's.
I didn't know that.
Oh, she's had that for a couple of years now.
Even back when we had the Mainers reunion.
Well, he's dead, right? They're dead, ain't he?
Right. Roy died,
I've got it written down.
it was July, I think it's been 5 or 6 years ago.
What happened to him? What was it?
Well, he had,
Had diabetes for one thing, and I think he had a leg taken off and got MRSA,
I didn't know.
that bacterial infection.
oh, he was in the hospital off and on, the nursing home.
Yeah,
I like him.
Now,
yeah.
if you're not gonna eat that, put that back in there.
No, I'm just. Hold on. Let me. Don't